The best way to get better at programming is to practice. And in this example, we're going to look at overriding a method. Now, we've already done this, but in this example, we're going to use a special keyword, the @override. As always, these files are available for download using a link provided below in the description. Give you just a couple of seconds so you can download it, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so let's get started here. This example actually has two files, example 08 parent and example 08 child. Now, for this to be a child class, we obviously need to go in and say extends example 08, in this case, parent. Now, if we look inside both of these, there's a method called foo. However, they're slightly different. Now, if you look at this, you might be tempted to say, oh, I'm overriding this. Here I have foo, and in child I have foo. But if you notice, my parameters are different. Inside of parent, I do not have any parameters for my method foo. However, inside my child class, I have a parameter. So I might be thinking that, hey, I'm overriding it, but what I'm actually doing is overloading it. So how do I make sure a little mistake like this doesn't creep into my code? Well, it's actually very easy. I'm going to come right here and say @override. Now, as soon as I say @override, notice that my foo method has an error. So why is this? Well, it's because of that parameter change. So when we use @override, what we're doing is we are saying we have to implement it the exact same way as in our parent method. In this case, that means no parameters. This way, if I had something where maybe I take two parameters and then I take a third one, or I change my parameter type from string to double, or from more appropriately, a real challenge would be if like it's a float to a double, which is very similar. So what @override is going to do is make sure our method definition is exactly the same. It makes sure that all my parameters are exactly the way they are in my parent class. This way, little errors don't creep in, and they might seem minor. For example, in my parent class, I might say float, and in my child class, I might say double, and floats and doubles are very similar. However, they're not the same. That would cause us to have a little error because we wouldn't override our method and do the new thing that we need to do. Instead, we'd have an overloaded method, and it might even cause some confusion because those are so similar. So use @override if you're intentionally overriding a method, and you're going to solve a lot of problems. When I come in here and remove that from my parameter list, notice that my error goes away and I'm ready to keep working. Hopefully this example and demonstration was really helpful for you. If so, please consider giving the video a like and subscribe so you can see more videos on how to get better at programming.